Hey, welcome back to the show. This is the Mental Breakdown. I'm your host, Joey Velez. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. We're a little over a week into the new year. So, those of you that have set goals that you want to accomplish this year, keep going. It's only been 9 days. You might not see the results or any movement yet, but that doesn't mean they're not going to come. So keep going. There is a lot of research about how goals fail by even the first or second week of the new year. So just know that the results will come. Just stay with the process, stay on the grind, and then just wait and see what happens. Interesting day today here in Texas as it is snowing, and I've never lived in a city that has snow. I've seen snow maybe 3 or 4 times in my life. So that was a nice uh, and different experience to wake up to this morning. And it was my dog's first chance to kind of walk around in the snow. And he seemed to, I don't want to say enjoy it, but he at the very least, didn't hate the experience. He had a nice, cute little jacket on, so it made everything all work out. Something I'm grateful for right now, I think is being in the work environment. It can cause a lot of stress dealing with a lot of different people, a lot of different scenarios. However, you know, I think having a good solid team with you and knowing that they have your back and that, if you need to just take a half day, you can take a half day. They'll cover the rest. So I think that's something I'm grateful for is, I've been lucky enough to be surrounded with good coworkers in my life that, I think can read the room well. If someone needs some time off, go ahead and take it and it's okay. And I think that just makes for an easier work environment when you have those people behind your back. So that's something I'm definitely grateful for right now. And then even with what I want to talk about today, I was luckily enough, I want to say, man, like 8 years ago, where I met an individual who was just in the process of developing their own magazine, and he asked if I wanted to be a part of it and write about mental performance. So, not that I felt like I was a writer, but I felt like there was a cool opportunity to put out some content. So we just released the January article. So the magazine itself is Haiti Polo Lifestyles. I'll send a link in the description. So if y'all want to check it out, you can. Um, but one of the things that I talked about was the importance of going outside. And I do a lot of reading, and the intent behind that is to find new information, new research, new strategies that I can use to talk to the people I work with about just how to enhance their mental performance. And this one in particular talked about, like I said, the importance of going outside. And I think before I get into what the research said, just think about yourself as a kid. Were you the type that played inside or played outside? I know me growing up in the Bay Area, California, the majority of my time was outside. Like, yes, did I stay in and play video games? Absolutely. But I remember, just playing in the backyard on the homemade water slide my dad built. I remember just cruising through the streets of Pleasant Hill, California with my buddy Dave on our rollerblades or our scooters, or our bikes, things like that. And it was always a good time, and I always appreciated those moments. So I appreciate them a lot more now than I did back then. But we didn't have to really be told to go outside that much. But at some point, something changes. At some point, we don't just go outside for the sake of going outside. And there's a lot of research behind how just exposure to nature, what that can do to improve your overall psychological fitness. It can cultivate more positive emotion, positive experiences. It can cultivate feelings of calmness and relaxation. It can help you develop a broader sense of connection, not just with yourself, but with other people, with your surroundings. It reduces stress, but it can also improve things like working memory, cognitive flexibility, attention control, because you're able to just kind of bask in the moment and kind of remove any sort of, attention or worry that you're placing on everyday life, on external factors, right? And I think that's something we should look at getting back to is how can I just spend more time outside? Now you have needs. You got to go to work. You have all the things you have to do. So let's not say, hey, let's go spend, 12 hours a day outside, but spending 120 minutes a week is what's associated with good health and increased overall well-being. That's just 17 minutes a day, right? Those of you who have dogs, well, how long do you take your dog outside for? Right, my guess is probably at least 10 minutes, right? So getting outside, whether it's walking your dog, maybe walking around the neighborhood with your spouse or your family, uh, outdoor tasks like gardening or hiking. Uh, those of you who have a balcony or a porch or a deck, just sitting outside for an extended period of time, not with necessarily a plan, but just being in the environment. They even talk about just the benefit of looking out your window. Whether that's you in an office setting and you take a 10-15 minute break from work just to stare outside, stare at the nature. Maybe you're cooking and you're waiting for your rice to cook out of the rice cooker. Take a look outside, change up the environment. So spending more time in nature doesn't have to be this huge, dynamic, drastic shift in our day-to-day schedule. All it takes is just about 15 minutes a day to feel better physically, physiologically, but also being able to think more clearly on the tasks you need to get done. So when you feel like you're getting bogged down, you got a high workload, you're experiencing higher level of stress than you would like, you just need a simple break. Take a step outside. Enjoy nature, enjoy the cool breeze, and then just see what happens. That's all I got for you all today. Just the simple pleasure of enjoying the outdoors, enjoying nature. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for listening. Like, follow, rate, share, download the episode, download the podcast. Any support is always welcome. And don't forget, today's a great day to make an impact. All right, y'all. Have a good one.